Is that the right button? I think I got the right button. I think we're coming through. Where is everybody checking in from? I see that Raph said he drank up five bottles of sealant. Don't drink this stuff. It's not good for you. Woo! Holy moly, we got the $25 super chat coming in from Crashy McSquirrel before anything even gets started here. Thank you so much, Crashy. Holy moly. After a legit, no joke, terrible day, it makes me weirdly slightly happier to buy the future newlyweds more ice cream. It makes the world better. Thank you, man. That is a fantastic super chat, a great way to start with the little Skeletor rejoicing. Thank you, Crashy McSquirrel. Yes, it's funny because I do these live streams and we talk about so much on the live streams and on the Patreon podcast as well. They come out the first of the month. There was one that came off today, and it's like, you know, the videos get behind and people don't know. Like Sarah and I got engaged. We got engaged months ago, but we didn't talk about it until the last live stream. So very fun, and we will get that $25 super chat in some ice cream sooner than later. We've actually been getting the ice cream sandwiches from Costco. Pretty good. Pretty good. We got Active Life checking in from Lincoln, California. What's up, John? Good to see you in the house. So yeah, it's just funny how the videos have good information and stuff, but the depth, the live streams, we always go deeper here. We always have a better interaction, and there's always just more happening here on the live stream. So thank you for tuning in. We got about 180 people right now. I've got it out the corner of my eye, maybe more. Go ahead, smash the like button. Let's do it. We got Issaquah, Washington checking in. We got Indianapolis coming in. We got Park City coming in. All kinds of great people and places checking in. Hopefully I can make your day a little bit better. And the Hungry Mountain Goat with the $5 super chat. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna time these out. I'm gonna make sure we're good. Hello from Minnesota. How about a winery plus a trail? And congrats, guys. I think you could build some pretty good trails in a winery for sure. Well, are we talking winery or are we talking vineyard? Because it's easy to get the two mixed up. The vineyard is where you grow the grapes, and then the winery is where you make the grapes into wine. Colorado Kid is coming live from the Unsubscribatorium. I love that. That's a great name. Joe just built his own version, a way cooler version of the Nugatorium. He's got his own little studio in the backyard that he just built. He just did a video about it today, and it's really good. I can't wait to check that out. Go over for a live stream on his channel someday. And Joe has also been putting in some time up at the old property, helping out so much because I am still buried under a few. I've nailed, edited another Virginia video today, 3 more Virginia videos to edit, and then 4 or 5 land videos that I've got waiting for you guys to come. So it's gonna happen. This is a Ibis Haka MX. So this is the Ibis gravel bike back here. A kind sponsor of the channel, the Ibis crew. They got that new American-made XC bike, which I think is pretty neat. Oh, we got all kinds of moderators hanging out in the chat. Palos Park, are you in the parking lot of Palos? Frank Fator checking in. Santa Monica checking in. Pentagwashini, Ontario. Dare you to try and say that. Pentagwinishe. Pentagwishne. Yeah, easy. Easy for you to say. How close did I get there, Tyler? Pentagwinishne. Oh, we've already... oh, yeah, what's up? I saw Chris CXK and I saw Killer Arcade Games. You got multiple phones. You got your iPad out doing that. Art of Trail Diaries. I would like to get back to Australia. I don't know how much is open and the borders and all that stuff. I don't think Canada is quite yet open yet. And hopefully we'll kind of get back to normal here. And I'd like to do some traveling over the winter, and Australia would be the place to go. We got Chris CXK, aka Killer Arcade Games. They're juggling. They're juggling. We got Adam Davis checking in a very hot Los Angeles. Good to see ya. Jay's driving and chatting. Dale LaCosta predicts a Canada-USA border open July 21st. Interesting. You got a little inside knowledge there. You got what it's going. Okay, I can make Killer Arcade Games a moderator. We can do that real quick if I can do some scrolling up here. Uh-oh. We're doing it live. Oh no. Where is he? I don't see him. Can't do it live. Too many people. Too many people watching. We got so much excitement going on. What's up, Juan? I see you there. Or Juan, there we go. Not James Wong. Juan on Mount Tam. He's checking in from they have to open the California or the Canada-US border for the Sasquatch migration. I think they do. I think that is a necessary thing. Last year, though, did all the Sasquatches get all enclosed? Oh no, did I bring my water? Oh yes, I did bring my water. I thought I was gonna be screwed there. Juan. They just come down the PCT. I've got Arizona checking in the house. M. Mod Tomic is heading to Park City, Utah, mid-July. Where to ride with a beginner? I think a lot of those trails, I haven't been in a long time, but I think most of the lift-serve trails in Park City are actually, they're pretty beginner-friendly from looking at the map and seeing what I've seen. So it's like lift-serve, single track, tons of blue trails, lift-serve, not big old jump stuff, not big old techie stuff. So anybody check in with if you can concur on that or not. I see Central Illinois eat nose nuggets in the house. He's been around before. William B with the $4.99 super chat. Trailside nugget stand funds. So I can build a trailside. So yeah, now that we've got the property, we can build everything we want. So we could have a trailside stand that serves nuggets. We're gonna have to charge. We're gonna have to charge a pretty penny. We're gonna have to start having some revenue come in here to make this thing possible. Thank you, William B, with the super duper chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got the land, man, and it's exciting. There was a lot of good questions on the Patreon podcast today, but if you guys got questions about the land, I've got this is like a site survey that the previous owners did because they wanted to subdivide the land because 91 acres is ridiculous into 5 different home sites. So they paid for, and it's kind of, I'm not going to unfurl this whole thing, but they paid for a pretty nice site survey. So I need to go to Kinko's and do a large format scan and get this into the computer so we can actually sketch on it in the computer. Because right now I'm gonna mess it up, I'm gonna get it dirty, and I just wanna actually get it going. Chick-fil-A franchise at the trail. Did you know it's actually harder to get a Chick-fil-A franchise than it is to get into Harvard? And Sarah knows that because she got into Harvard. She's going to Harvard in August, so that's going to be pretty cool. But the Chick-fil-A thing is so interesting. Every time we go by a Chick-fil-A, it's just like, wow, these people are printing money. Because you look over at the Arby's, you look over at the Wendy's, you look over at the Burger King or whatever, and they're never busy, but somehow they build more of them and they make it all happen. It's just ridiculous. It's just, I can't believe it. And supposedly you really have to work to get into to Chick-fil-A, and yeah, you know, it's super cool. I think they're doing a heck of a job with their thing, even though, you know, there are some rough edges for sure. But Brian's looking like some kind of billionaire businessman with those plants. You know, we're gonna have to take down a couple things here, and we're gonna move some mountains, and we're gonna do it. Carolyn T, yes, we do have a cool name for the land, but it's like, I just don't want to say it yet because we did it in a video, and like one of the videos is, you know, talking about the land kind of thing. So we'll get the name of the land eventually, and hopefully in the meantime I can actually get some branding going and some t-shirts and that kind of stuff, because we're gonna work every possible angle, like every possible angle to pay for this thing, to make this thing happen. Just sitting down and getting a real master plan together. I got 100 emails from all different people, which is so cool. And if I haven't responded back to you, I should be responding to you eventually. There's a lot of, like, the better ones were harder to respond to than the, hey man, I want to come help. And it's like, oh, we got plenty of just normal people, friends and family that want to come help with like hand tools. And, you know, my cousin's a carpenter. He's done awesome stuff up there. My dad's helped. So we've got a lot of cool things going on. But you know, the people who are like architects or survey people or have heavy equipment, that's the people where I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? What can we do? How can we help? How can we do this thing? And they've given me all kinds of good information and tons of stuff to chew on. And it's overwhelming for sure, but it's just one little layer at a time. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But right now, it's very little by little. Tyler, Marshall, are you going to have some way to donate money to the land development? You know, I'm looking at a lot of different, you know, bits and pieces. Once we get like merch, I think that's like the best way, especially if we, you know, jack the price up of the merch just a little more because you know that it's going towards the land. But there's different crowdfunding stuff where people can invest, and it's not just a crowdfunding thing where it goes into thin air. Look at that. So there will be a way. We're going to figure something out. It's just a lot of ideas, and a lot of the best ideas come from you guys. So if you have any ideas, I don't really like just the PayPal link of like, hey, donate here, because it's not a campaign. It doesn't really get people fired up. There are people that would love to do that, and it's amazing. And we've already had a couple of people donate some money just randomly out of pocket kind of thing. But we definitely want to like focus it. We want to focus it and like make it so we can get really good, you know, traction and people excited about it. I've got a few different ideas. Like as always, I got a few different ideas, but it'd be fun to kind of do like bit by bit. Like, okay, we're raising money for the outhouse or whatever, or raising money for the septic tank or the well, and like kind of build like a mini campaign around that. So got some ideas. I got some ideas. Hey, we got Cure Cycling in the house with the $4.99 super chat. Your engagement present is this money and a future trail ride with me. hey, I love it. I'll take that present. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cure Cycling. That logo looks sweet. I think you updated the logo. Let me know in the chat if you didn't. Didn't know Harvard has a trail building major. Oh, man. Mount Burdell. Hunter MTB says, hi from Mount Burdell. Uh-oh. I messed up my screen capture there. Got it. How much to get the outhouse named after the donator? See, these are the creative ideas that we're looking for. This is the way we're gonna make things happen here. There's so many good things. My family gave Aaron some money. Only request was for bathrooms by the time we help him build. Exactly. That's the thing. We got to get the hole dug in the ground and all that stuff going. That's awesome. Eric Byer with the $5 super chat. Leave a message. I might miss it now, but leave a message. I've got the slow mode on, so I can hopefully keep up with stuff. This is great. Like I haven't seen anyone asking the same exact question 7 times in a row. I've hit some kind of magic thing where we've got our people here. This is awesome. Man, wireless networking. There's some interesting bits with the wireless networking where if the land is so big, it's like, how do you cover the whole thing? You got like the repeaters and like the ubiquity system and all that stuff. Lots and lots to cover. But if you are serious, if you do want to help with something, you can email me. You can always Google contact BKXC. And if you are an expert in some field or some kind of trade, I will take your email. I will consider what's going on. And of course, if you're closer to Plumas County where we're in, it's a lot more important because then it's not a 4-hour drive for you to come help. So let me know. Man, we got so many good people. I just got to get these videos edited and get up there so I can walk the land with a few people and all that stuff. So it's awesome. Can you bike from your house to the land? I can, technically. People bike far distances, but it's about 4 hours away from my house, the land. Keep Seth away from your trails. Oh man, that man, it's funny. You can't even fathom how hard his trail features are. It's just ridiculous how scary and crazy and all that stuff. Oh, it's too much. I'm so scared of going. I like going there with all my like work clothes. So I'm like, oh, I can't ride. I've got my work boots on and everything. It's not gonna work. After building, I don't think an arm pump will be any problem for you. Yeah. I'm gonna get out there in the dirt. Aaron is already Empty Being Adventures. Aaron has already been out there just killing it, clearing ways, getting stuff going. It's amazing to have a partner that is like so into the digging, and like that's what it's gonna take to actually get stuff done, is lots and lots of digging. Oh, I saw a good question up there. I missed it. Matthew Oppen, ever think about producing your own energy via solar? Yes, of course. The whole cross section of solar coming down in price and it being better and better, like the batteries are getting better and better, it's starting to really like come to a head. So there's a lot of, stuff where it's like, oh, you can't do this, but it's like you can do a lot with an off-grid solar system. You can do a ton, and then it's just about getting enough batteries installed and that kind of thing, and that's the expensive part. But it's definitely what we're gonna think about, because the neighbors got the electrical line, had to go under the highway, and that cost them like 25 grand. And so I think they've done most of the work. So it still would be good to have the grid, to sell back to the grid for winter time and that kind of stuff where it's not quite right. But right now in the summer, there is so much sun. There's so much going on. It's awesome. Andrew Strong. So are the trails going to be open to the public? Yes and no. So it's like the pool at the Motel 6 isn't really open to the public, but if you stay at the Motel 6, you get to use the pool. So that's the concept. I don't think, we don't have a full plan yet, because if the Sierra Buttes Trail Stewardship wants to build a trail off the peak that's behind us, and we pull the trail down and we let them go through our land with an easement, then that would be a public trail. But the thought is that it's a private land with the trails, just a couple awesome fun trails, not tons of mileage and stuff like that, but just the perfect amount. Yeah, knee deep in guts. Yes, I really want to have different YouTubers come out, stay for a week, scope out the different pieces of the land, different bits of the trail, and be like, oh yeah, we could do this here, and just have a week of building, and that's a video for their channel and a feature for our trails. So I think it'd be really good. Definitely, the trails will be e-bike legal. Of course, that is not without a doubt. We will be e-bike legal. There's no reason not to. If you're building a mountain bike park today, you're silly to even do a chairlift or anything like that. It should be all e-bike fleet for any kind of bike park. Why spend millions of dollars on chairlifts and all that stuff? It's way too much. It's way too ridiculous. And we're not going to have tons of mileage or anything like that. We're going to have a lot of good stuff, and it's going to be tons of fun. But e-bikes are all good. Only if it's a tandem e-bike. At the end of the wedding, can you two ride off on a tandem bike? Sarah steering, of course. You're not pedaling hard enough. You're not pedaling hard enough. So yeah, there's a lot of plans, and literally it's just a dusty hole in the ground right now. So there's so much to do. There's so much to make it happen and to keep moving forward, but we're gonna do it. And the greatest thing is that you guys are here along for the ride. Just like anyone who's been here along for the ride 5 years ago when I started my channel, it's like every month, every year, it's just a little bit more, and there's a little bit more happening, and you can follow it all. Kerwin Warren with the $5 super chat. Looks like you're racing a race in that avatar. It's not much, but it's what I have to offer. build good trails, have fun. I can't wait to ride out there. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kerwin. Every little bit helps. So how we're gonna do it is I'm gonna keep saving all the funds from the videos that I do about the land, and we're gonna put that in a pot. We're gonna do a joint bank account. We're gonna do an LLC and an S Corp and all that stuff, and kind of figure out the best way to like make sure that the land money is the money for this. Then when I do a riding video, that's more my money. And so we're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get this thing. And the first video did really good, so we've got a chunk of change from the YouTube ads to go and do stuff. It's very good. Little bits and bits by one bit at a time. And then when I start releasing more videos and we can do it. Exactly. Ibis, get that e-bike. Ibis got their American-made XC bike going. Once they get the e-bike, I'm ready. I'm just ready to go full force. I'll never ride a regular bike, an acoustic bike again. I think we will, Weston. I think we will do some primitive campsites, and right now everything's primitive, you know? So, but I would love to do some cool cabins and, you know, glamping tents and campsites and RV campsites for sure, because I have enough buddies that have, you know, RVs or vans that can back in and be pretty self-sufficient. So, man, there's so many little things, and there's so many cool bits. It's overwhelming, but it's awesome to do it all and capture it all and be like, okay, we're gonna do this kind of solar and see how it works, and is this gonna work, and how does it work compared to that, and we get to tell all those stories, which I think are super interesting, super fun, and yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna build it all, Josh. We're gonna build it all. Hopefully. SPAC 005. It's all good, man. We will probably, I don't see us ever having public dig days, but I do see it possibly being like a Patreon dig day where we get people out. But the liability and the insurance and all that stuff, we really have to get up to code. Right now we have buddies coming out and friends coming out, and you know, if something catastrophic happened, hopefully those people wouldn't be like, oh man, sorry, I gotta sue you. This is the only way I'm gonna be able to make it out of this. When you have, you know, strangers coming, that's always a possibility. Even though I really think that we'll be able to get this thing up and running with you guys, with, you know, getting beta testers from Patreon to be the first people staying whenever we get something up and running, and kind of keeping it, you know, keeping it in our realm. I don't think we have to go on Airbnb. I think we can keep it within this realm and have it by word of mouth, and mountain biking people find it and stay there. And oh man, as Sierra Butte's Trail Stewardship keeps making more trails, it's gonna be crazy good. It's crazy good. Henry, are you gonna use machines on your trails to help build, or just do it all by hand? So right now, all by hand. We don't have any big trails. We don't have really good roads to get access, but that's something hopefully we can get done, get better access roads. And if we get better access roads, we could have mini excavators or walk behind kind of stuff. There's a, oh, dang it. The dingo, there's a couple good little machines. My dad was showing me a dingo where it's like, it's a walk behind kind of thing, or you stand on it and it has all kinds of attachments, and it's like just a smaller version of an excavator or anything like that. So it's really pretty neat. There's every range of price and power and anything you can think of. There's so much to it. The Bratmo. That's the e-bike, the Bratmo. Somebody also came up with Rip More on the one of these live streams before. It was awesome. Andy, Daisy, with the $5 super chat. Oh yeah, we're timing it perfectly on this thing. I'm not falling behind. You guys are doing perfect. This is great. We can hang out here and just chat and hit the thumbs up button. Do me a favor. Will you do me a kindness and hit the thumbs up button? Andy Deasy, will you be directly / first-hand involved in building the trails, or will you be hiring a company like Seth did for Burn Park, or a combination? I think it's going to be pretty hands-on, us the whole time. I don't like, you hire a company to come in, they're done within like 2 weeks. Burn Park is probably done now. It's like with the big heavy equipment and stuff, those guys build so fast and it's over in a flash, versus us having the story and being like, oh man, we found this and let's try this. Because so much of this is about the story. And trail building people, it's like people who build vans. They have people coming at them from every angle. They're in so demand right now that it's like, hey, do you guys want to do this for free to get some free publicity? They're like, we don't need free publicity. We're getting contracts from this place and that place, and everybody wants to build trails. So yeah, it's like we have no leverage when it comes to trail builders, unless someone wants to kind of get off their feet and that kind of stuff. But we still do have friends who like to build trails. The Trail Peak guys have built some amazing trails off the books, and I would love to get them to come out and document and talk about them and their philosophy. They have like one of the coolest philosophies of everyone should go out and do trail work. No dig, no ride. And they have lived and died by that ethos, and they're pretty good dudes. I really like that. If we just all had that ethos of get out there, do a little trail work. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It can be clearing branches, cutting back stuff, just making sure you don't pass something. It would do a lot of good. It would do a lot of good because those guys have been able to accomplish so much that they get very little credit for. I see a $10 super chat. I need to scroll back up. Alejandro Novello. Hi, will there be a contest for naming trails? You never know. That's actually, I like that. But the thing with trails is it's so fun because you're working on it for all this time. It takes so long to complete it, and something happens, or some random song gets stuck in your head that they're almost natural. They're just like, they naturally evolve and they like pop out, and they can't be too contrived. We were kind of thinking, oh man, it'd be good. That we had like a theme and stuff like that. And I think it's like, oh man, I think that's gonna go out the window, but it'd be really good. Axeman, what's up, dude? I saw a guy blowing leaves with a leaf blower to build a trail. Exactly. Will you be allowing people to vote on trail features? That's not a bad idea. But I think the way I do my videos, like, Seth from Backyard Trail Builds, his name's also Seth, Backyard Trail Builds, he builds his stuff like right up against it. And so does Seth from Burn Peak, where it's like, I like to have a nice big buffer with my videos. So the videos that I'm gonna film will be like a week or month or 6 months behind. So I'm like not too worried about the constant feedback. But I'll keep it in mind, especially if there can be some very creative things. Paul wants to know, do you have a survey of the property? You don't need to spend a tons to get an accurate plot plan. Hit me up. Okay, Paul, I love this, but you're gonna have to hit me up. Do I Google Paul Garvin? Do I look Paul Garvin up in the telephone book? Just Google contact BKXC. You can contact me. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to do a little rapping. And if you're one of the 100 people who sent me emails, I'm getting back. I'm going through all the emails. I definitely am very curious about the site plan. I got this site plan, that's a site survey that they did previously. I need to scan in and get this into my computer. Go to Kinko's. Someone said, do they even have Kinko's anymore? They do have FedEx/Kinko's. And then I can actually like turn this into the video, and you guys can kind of get an idea what's going on. Matthew, you've joined too late. We've already talked about it all. We're 30 minutes in, we're gone. Races and events would be really cool too. It's just everything's another layer of planning, insurance, and that kind of stuff, which I'm not afraid of, but it's like we don't have a toilet. So, but in the dream, it's so tough because if it needs to make money, which it needs to, because we're going to be spending a ton of money, like we have to block off. If we block off 1 week a year where it's like, okay, we're going to invite YouTubers to come out and we're just going to have a big bash, a big fun time, and it's with some kind of timing chips or some kind of race and that kind of stuff. It'd be pretty cool. Hello, Jimmy. I see you there. Muchas gracias to you. I appreciate that. Yeah, let Seth build an RC crawler mega course. There's all kinds of different little fun things that you like. My cousin Gino was talking about like tree houses and stuff. It's like, man, there's so many things. We could probably get a pretty good zip line going. Some of that might have to be more private. That's just for us goofing around for the videos and stuff. And then when we open it up, maybe it's like, yeah, we're gonna keep that off to the side. Raffling a bike would not be a bad idea, but the raffles, like nonprofits, I don't think you're really allowed to do a raffle as a for-profit entity. There's all kinds of weird rules about that stuff. So there's lots of ways to slice it, and I want to hear as many ideas as possible so we could try to get going. Did you go over where the funding for this will come from? Well, it comes from super chats from people like you. That's also part of it. The revenue from the YouTube ads and stuff. But really, we're starting a new business like any other new business starts. So we're going to have a business plan. We're going to work with the Small Business Development Center, hopefully find a loan for a bank, find investors, whether it's 1 million people like you or 2 people that have money that want to invest and kind of know the structure of investments. So completely daunting, completely a tough thing to go through, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. If we super chat $100, can we name a trail? Yeah, that's more like $1,000. $100 is too easy. That's like we're only going to have like 4 trails, and we've named it too much. Maybe 10 grand. 10 grand to name a trail. That might be a little more fair. Evan likes bikes with the 5 Canadian super chat. I guess that doesn't count. That doesn't hit the criteria to come up as a notification. They're Canadians. They're getting screwed left and right, huh? Hello from Canada. I know this isn't about your land. Hey, we can talk about everything here. We don't have to talk about the land. That's just a good topic of discussion at the moment. So, what are your tips for starting YouTube? Oh man, don't get me started, baby. Don't get me started with the tips for YouTube. So Evan likes bikes. I always talk about this when people ask for tips. If you go to my website, I think I have a couple different blogs and stuff about starting my channel and kind of like rules of YouTube and stuff. But you have to make stuff that people want to watch. It may sound stupid, it may sound silly for me to say it, but the example I always bring up is Paul the Punter. Paul started his channel only a couple years ago. He's got 100,000, 200,000. He's got a ton of subscribers. His videos have lots and lots of views because he makes stuff that people want to watch. He comes up with an idea, a beginning, a middle, an end, something that's intriguing. You think about the title first, you think about the thumbnail first, and then you build the story after that. You work backwards from that, and you make the content, you make the video. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, and then you improve on that. What I do in my videos is completely the wrong way to do it. I always say it's a fishing expedition. I put the camera on and somehow I'm able to talk and be entertaining enough that I can supplement the bike riding with my personality, and everything kind of comes together randomly. Every once in a while it's really, really good. And so it's very, very tough, and it's very much building from scratch. You're starting a TV show is basically what you're doing. If you think you can start a TV show, you can do it. Mario S. Does Punter mean the same thing as kook? No, Punter's like I think it's like a beginner, like kind of a. Do we even have a word for that in the United States? Like just a crappy, like, oh, I'm a punter at that. Like I'm a novice. Like, would you say novice? It's noob. Okay, noob. Noob is pretty good, I think. And but it's, yeah, okay, punter. I'm the punter. Like as in you just like kicking, like that's all the only job they give me is punting on the football team, on the American football team. Planks for wood features. There you go. Just Google contact BKXC and we'll get some. Donate. Oh man, the band hammer drop. There we go. That's an amazing. See, you don't have to pay any money. You just have to come up with good ideas. The band hammer drop. I've got to take a picture of that right now before I forget. We've got to do it in honor of our great moderators. The band hammer drop. See, you guys are way more clever than I am. I just surround myself with with you guys. Oh, punter is a gambler. It's also a guy who hangs out at a pub. So yeah, there's just like a lot of different things. Green, yeah. Oh man, he's so green. It's funny when certain, languages or dialects or whatever have different, different types of things, words that we don't have. I see. Do you see something similar to Seth's ranger station on your property? I do. I do see all levels, but maybe, at first everything's basic, and then everything's glamping, and everything's cabins, and then everything's big single-family homes or something like that. Because I think there's a lot of room for something like that. You can get a really good premium, and people are more comfortable in a regular single-family home with a kitchen and good bathrooms, and you can have several bedrooms because, doing more research and hearing from people, a lot of people are like, it's not just one person going out for a ride with their significant other. It's like two families booking a trip together, where it's like the grandma and the grandpa and, the mom and the dad, and then they go out and do this. So there's a lot of angles for sure, but a big single family home and even bigger single family home could be very, very amazing. We've got Sid checking in right beside. Congrats on getting engaged. Thank you, man. And the land looks great. Did you end up riding Death Star when you were in Harrisonburg? I did not end up riding Death Star, which means I've saved it. I've saved it so we can actually ride that thing someday. I did ride Dark Star, which is the one to the left, like if you're on the ridge, I think it's more to the left, and that was a brake burning, really crazy thing. I got to edit that video, and that'll be out maybe next week on Patreon. We'll see. No promises. The live stream started about 40 minutes ago or so. We're doing it. Oh man, I saw a lot of good questions. I don't want to. Whenever I see a good question, I'm like, okay, I keep going here. Maybe cheaper to build features out of wood or out of titanium rather than the wood. I think the wood prices are dropping. And then we've got a bunch of trees on the property, and dead trees and trees that we could harvest. We just kind of got to learn how to do it the right way. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Mr. Dr. 89, can beginners have fun at bike parks? It's a very good question. There usually aren't that many beginner trails at bike parks. There's usually like one green trail just because, and then there's probably more blue trails. And some of the blue trails can be very, very fun. You just, it's funny, you'll see different levels of beginners at the bike park where it's like, these people really just heard about, like, skiing, right? When you go skiing, there's all different types of abilities for people. They're like, hey, people go skiing, I want to go skiing. And the same thing with mountain bike at the bike park, when you're like, I've never been mountain biking before, let's go to the bike park and go do it. So you'll see people that are like, don't even really know how to use their brakes, or their seat is weird. But then if you've been out riding, you've been on trails, you kind of get the idea, you're wearing the right clothes and all that stuff, you'll still have pretty good time at the bike parks. You can move up to the blue trails and see how they are. We rode an amazing blue trail in Bryce Bike Park, Old Fashioned it was called. That is one of the best trails of all time, anywhere, and it just blew us away so much. Oh, that's so good. If you haven't ridden Bryce Bike Park, Old Fashioned, that trail, like, back me up. Anyone in the chat, back me up. I keep hearing about this China Peak. I got to go check that out. I know they have the Enduro out there, but do they have normal mountain biking just day to day at China Peak, or is it only during the Enduro that it's open? I'm confused because I feel like I've never heard anybody talk about it except for the California Enduro series. I doubt that very much. I don't think I don't see the prices ever going down for single family home, like what Seth is doing. I don't see the price ever going down for the Burn Peak Ranger Station. If it does, it means he hasn't priced it right, because there's a huge demand. The trails there are amazing, and the price is going to be the price. You can always stay at a hotel or stay at a normal place, but to stay at Seth's, the Burn Peak Ranger Station is amazing. But it is the market, it is supply and demand. So my guess is as good as your guess for sure. It's it's expensive. There's tons of expensive experiences out there, and our place is going to be an expensive experience as well because we have to actually make it work. So there's plenty of places to go camp and go do things that are cheap, and we have to actually make it like a thing. It's not a charity. It's something where it's like, this has got to work as a business. Andy Deasy, sorry about the double super chat. Well, there's no offense with the double super chat. We will always take the double super chat. Were you always in good physical condition, or did mountain biking play a role in getting you into better shape? Oh yeah, for sure. I basically always looked like this. So this is what I've always looked like, but I wasn't in shape. There's the what you look like, and then if you can run up a flight of stairs without puking. So it's just, there's a huge factor for mountain biking, and the more you mountain bike, the better you feel, the better your insides are, and everything progressing with your heart rate and all that stuff. But yeah, I've always kind of been the same. I've always been naturally hot, as Chris CXK says. I was born this way, baby. Pedaling pop-up missed me at Brandywine Creek State Park. Yeah, that was about a year ago, maybe a year and a couple months ago. Yeah, bike parks that ignore beginners are living in the past, for sure. Bentonville, man, I can't say enough about how cool Bentonville was and how they know what they're doing and all that stuff. So it's cool. I know there's many haters and non-believers, but you only have to spend a few days there and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Casey, what the $5 super chat? If you were a hot dog and you were stranded on a desert island, would you eat yourself? Yes, you would have to. You would have to eat yourself. Do people get stranded on a desert island anymore? Has anyone read the book Robinson Crusoe? I've never read it. Or Swiss Family Robinson. I always find it funny. It's like American Family Jenkins, like Swiss Family Robinson. Wow, Pac-Man's Rage. 100 pounds on the bike, indoor and MTB. That's awesome, man. And I'm sure it's not just the mountain biking. The mountain biking helps, but I'm sure you got to cut out candy, you got to cut out sodas, you got to kind of tighten up the diet a little bit too, and then both those things will work in tandem to really work. Yeah, the whole Graygle area has a lot, actually. There's a lot of restaurants in Graygle. Like, there's this, there's that. There's actually a lot of stuff. We've gone to the pizza place, Goomba's, a couple times. The Graygle Frosty a couple times. There's the grocery store there. We haven't even gone to Portola to check it out or Quincy to check it out. So it's there's a lot. And starting up a venture like this and like taking a risk to build a business in this area, I feel so good about it. I feel like we're on the cusp of this place actually being a real deal, amazing thing. Excuse me. Crashy McSquirrel. It's not about eating less. It's about pooping more. I think we can all agree. That's how you lose weight. It's been absolutely incredible. See, Carlos, got to cut out soda. If I wanted to lose weight, that's the thing. If I want to lose weight, cut out soda. I have cut out soda. I haven't had a soda in a long time. But of course, in the videos, I always have a soda. And it's been a while since you've probably seen me have a soda in the videos. But I agree. I do have very bad food habits for sure. But we all know that there's a path. There is a route of the way to lose some weight. We all think about it, you know. Jeff Victory. How often do you ride trails without a GoPro? How is it different? You know, the best thing about this job is that like I can master my time and have time. There was quite a few rides that I did with Sarah over the past few months where it's like, hey, let's just go out and ride. No GoPro, no nothing, no pressure to get a thumbnail, no pressure to have something really good happening. And it works out well. So we've done good with that. And it's very nice to ride without the GoPro, but it's about the same to ride with the GoPro. It's just, I have to worry a lot more about the batteries and the audio, and the GoPro Hero 9 that I use is just, the audio is always weird, and it's tough, but I like hanging out and just doing the no pro, as Bike Psalm says. The no pro is the new. Gotta trade soda for beer. Man, I'd love to come back to Japan. That would be so cool. It worked out so well because Andrew? Oh man, the names. The names. The League of Trail, the company that I went with, just had it down. They had a good total itinerary. So it's just so perfect to go with somebody that has an itinerary. I don't know if I'm ever really gonna, well, I could see myself going to Tasmania or New Zealand, places that have a very awesome bike infrastructure already, but I don't see myself ever going to a place like Peru or Ecuador without a mountain bike touring company like being the guide. I'm not gonna like, okay, I gotta do this, and what do I do, and how do I do this, and where do we go? So those kind of places, it always requires a mountain bike tour company because then I can promote their business, I can actually show off what they sell, and it's so much better than trying to piece it together. I can't email you through YouTube. I'm doing the live stream. It's never gonna happen. Who's gonna flinch first about reaching out? How much takeout was consumed on the 50 stage shred? A lot. Pretty much way more than you saw on the videos. I did some grocery shopping and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Oh, we've got the Killer Arcade Games with the $5 super chat. Check out his channel. He's playing killer arcade games. Have you ever been on a ride without a GoPro and accidentally started talking as if you were recording? I do that all the time. I think that was my secret to success, is that I always would talk to myself and say stupid things when I would ride with my brother. I would always commentate already, obviously to a lesser amount, but I think my inner dialogue has been going on forever, so I actually have the chops, the experience to actually do it, so it's good. The GoPro is just how I hide my multiple personalities. Got a little bit of this, got to do a little bit of this. Yeah, going to Japan with Yuka and Eric, that would be one way to do it for sure. Especially, you have Yuka, she can speak Japanese, we can get around a little bit better, and that would be pretty neat. What's up, Bryce? I see you there. There's a lot of folks in the chat who have been here since the beginning. Seems like these Thursday night live streams, I get my people, and it's awesome. We got 441 people or so checking in at the moment. I love it. I swear I had some other things to talk about. Oh yeah, one thing coming up. So do you guys remember the Mare Island Pedal Fest? Do you remember the video I did where I was doing like the urban cyclocross stuff? So let me see if I can, Pedal Fest BKXC. That is coming up, and I need to make sure I'm going to play the video for you just so you remember what I was going through.
Yeah! We're in third place right now. Let's go, Aiden. Let's go.
That was a really good clip to bring up, actually. So, okay, that event is coming up again, September 25th. Let me double check that it's actually September 25th. If you just Google Mare Island Pedal Fest, you can actually come out to watch it. You can come and race, come out with your friends, get a team. You can do individual, you can do teams of 4, which what we did, where we all use the same bike. I'm going through my phone right now so I can actually, okay, September 26th, 2021. Put it on your calendar already right now, because I'm gonna promote it a few times, so it could sell out. We could definitely sell out, but I think they'll do. Oh yeah, Sarah just put the link in the chat. She's spamming it for us. It is well worth coming out and checking out this event, because it's going to be a thing before everyone really knows what it is. Come out. The video was so cool, and I kind of want to try to do a live stream from it, and it's a possibility. But yeah, just go to the website. You'll see all the info. It's on Mare Island in Vallejo, California. It's worth the drive. It's going to be beautiful. It's on the water. Oh, that's so good. Mario S. Whenever my girlfriend hears my friends, she's like, that guy again. So come out to that event. check it out. Check out the website. It's going to get better every year. And we had 200 people come out last year, shooting for 400 people this year. And now I have more stuff to actually like promote, to actually get people out there. And it's just really cool. I hope you guys come out. It's not far at all. And it's like kind of unique the way that, like, we think that no one's doing that kind of urban cyclocross race where you're actually going through buildings and you're jumping over and you're coming around, and it's really, really cool. Watch that, put that link that Sarah shared on Watch Later and watch it again if you haven't watched it. Sam the Drum Man, living out in South Korea. Awesome trails out here. If you like Japan, you'll love Korea too. Korea's mountain bike scene is growing fast. That's awesome. But, so, okay, here's the thing. I just got done saying, like, man, I could never go anywhere unless I had a mountain bike tour guide. But if there's someone that is on the ground, that lives on the ground, speaks English, can be a bridge, you know, Adam's in the chat right now. I went to Africa because Adam, a 16-year-old kid, emailed me. Maybe he was 15 at the time, but then I think he was 16 by the time I visited. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it. And what, Adam's like 21 years old now, like 5 years ago, maybe 20, maybe 19. I'm throwing out a lot of numbers right now, but I will take a chance on going somewhere if you have the time, if you have a week that you can take me around, if we can go ride all the different places and like get shuttles and do it all the right way. So that I'm willing to take that risk. As long as your Instagram shows you shredding. So that's what helped a lot with going to Africa and seeing Adam's Instagram and being like, oh, okay, this guy's doing wheelies and manuals and flip-flops. He must be pretty good. Sarah's killing it with the links in here. Yep. He was a 15-year-old kid. It was a huge leap of faith. I love looking back at those emails, and Adam did a really good job of just selling it. It's all about selling it. There's so many places and so many things that I've taken a lot of risks. A lot of places been good. A lot of places been amazing and great. So it's pretty good. All right. I think, oh yeah. That's what I was gonna, there was a couple other little things on my notebook. Yep. Talked about Mare Island Pedal Fest. I said it's September 26th. BKXC live stream, Sarah Z production. She's in the house. She's producing remotely. Oh man, there are some, if you guys remember Terry Berenson from my If You Only Have One Day in Arkansas Mount Nebo video, he has an awesome YouTube channel where he does a lot of live streaming from his bike. He goes through New York City and does live streaming, and he has such a cool live streaming rig. And it's like, man, that would be the dream, to have someone in the Nugatorium being able to like camera switch and do links while I'm out riding and like, you know, doing the live riding and having all the right streaming equipment. And then if I lost connection, it would just like switch back to the Nugatorium and like a thing. All that stuff is possible. It's all out there. I just have to have the time. I have to make the time. No excuses. It's all about making time. I don't think Sarah's baking any treats right now. I think we're all missing out on that. It's okay. We've got a couple super chats we can buy some ice cream with. Crashy McSquirrel, this one's on you. Yeah, the money is, well, now with the land and stuff, the money is a limiting factor. But for gadgets and gizmos, I'm at a place where the money isn't so much the limiting factor, which is like, God, there's always something. Send it Sarah's snack show. Exactly. We've got it going. Oh, that was the other thing I was talking about. On the Pastimes app, I had that ad on the Pastimes app. I actually sold my road bike, which is great because it's been sitting around in the shed for 2 years. And then I put a couple other things like on sale on the Pastimes app. So if you're in there in the buy sell stuff, they are a fine sponsor of this channel. I hope you're using it. If you actually want to find people to ride with, that's how you do it. This is the shortest my hair will ever be again. Sarah wasn't pleased with the short hair. I'll tell you what. I got I got read the riot act. She just laid into me. So I've never seen her so irate. You cut your hair and you didn't ask me. So it's all going long. It's all going to be about shoulder length from now on. So enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's short. Happy wife, happy life. It's all roses. Yeah, I think I kind of get it, because I think I do look a little bit better with the. I actually remember, I should have learned. Like I remember in 10th grade, some a female saying like, "Oh yeah, you look way better with the longer hair." Like something where it was, I should have gotten the point in 10th grade where it's like you never get compliments about anything as a guy. Like compliments are so few and far between, and where it's like if women show any little sign of interest or any sign that like you should do something, you should roll with it, because you get about 10 compliments in your entire life as a guy. So take them and run with them. At least I have. I don't know how you guys are doing, but oh man, the ladies, they don't give them up. They don't crack. Ask her about cornrows. Now that's what I'm talking about. Get them all going in there. It's XC sampler, like shorter hair is XC sampler. I kind of get where you're coming through. You know, with the longer hair, the blue steel face. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. There you go. You get a couple compliments in high school, and then how are your compliments coming lately there, huh? Probably not very many. Is that a compliment? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, my wife tells me I sound better when I stop talking. Exactly. All right, folks. We're at an hour. If you have a good question, I'll continue for a couple minutes if you guys don't mind, but we've done an awesome hour. This is so perfect. I love hopping in here, and I'm eventually will get this dialed in. Every time I do this, I spend more time setting up than actually live streaming. But yeah, the compliments drop off. Yes, more butt cushion for saddle time. I would consider coming to Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know how good the stuff is, except for we raced with a couple gentlemen from Dallas Fort Worth when we were at the Passion Play Enduro, and one of the guys, was it Snook? I think Snook won the race, and I think he's from the Dallas. Oh, he might be from Houston. I don't want to insult Snook, but I was completely blown away how fast those guys were, and they were killing it. And they're from Texas, and you know, there's good stuff in Texas, but I was very surprised. What happened to the DVO? We're all wondering. It's out there somewhere. It's all out there somewhere. Oh yeah, I got a good. So I don't know how much I talked about this, but the Benicia High School mountain bike team. It's a local mountain bike team, one town over, and I donated the Bronson and the Orbea to them. To like, hey, this is you guys. You can do whatever you want. And I heard back today that like, you know, this was a while ago that I donated it, but they sold the Bronson. They got like $2,000 for it, which is awesome. So I'm going to donate the other Ripmo, the blue version 1 Ripmo. And, oh no. Oh, okay. Just take my word for it. just take my word for it. So I like that. I like being able to give away some of my old stuff, and the people can do it. So yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, Snoopy. I try to be here. I know how important content is. I love watching content and zoning out and getting away from my troubles and all that stuff. So it means a lot. When I'm going through a funk and I watch something, I'm like, okay, I get it. Comedy, I love stand-up comedy. I watch all kinds of stuff, and it's great to be an outlet for people to sit down and just veg out and kind of get away. Yeah, no, I might have broken the Ripmo. It's gonna be fine. Hey, bikes are so in demand right now that it is what it is. Awesome. Thank you for the super chats, Andy. It's great. It's great to be here. I love popping in and hanging out and doing this with y'all. It's amazing. And yeah, it never gets old. Thank you for feeding the fire, and stick around. I've got some really, really good videos coming Patreon gets it first. We just had a video yesterday on Patreon. Hopefully video tomorrow. I'm uploading it right now. I got to get the title and the thumbnail going. Bryce Bike Park, it was fantastic. That'll come out next week. And all that stuff. Thank you. Party on, Wayne. Party on. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for streaming, you guys. I'll see you on the trail. I need an outro. I love the intro song so much. And now it's like, it's always this weird thing where I have to like kind of hit the button and end the stream.